Here's an illustration. So I've got a friend who became a follower of Jesus late in life. And so he had lots of patterning for how his life of sin worked. And so he becomes a follower of Jesus a couple years after. He's talking to me and he says, I still have the problem of noticing women in tight sweaters, and that bothers me. And the implication of his question was, nothing really fundamentally changed when I became a believer, because I had that problem before I became a believer. And I said to him, well, before you became a believer, was that problematic to you, to notice this and to lust after this woman? He said, no. And I said, but it's a problem now. And he said, yeah. And I said, that's the new nature. Before, you would not have had a problem here, because sin was what you were. It was what drove you. It was the desire of your darkened heart, to quote Jeremiah, Yeah. And so when we become new in Jesus Christ, it's not that we all of a sudden have the capability to live sinless perfection out, but rather it is that we become new in our nature being the thing that drives us, the very operational means by which we live life, how we think and how we emote and how we connect with God, etc. Instead of that being sinful and rebellious toward God, it is new. I desire to walk with God. I desire to please God. When I fail at that, it grieves me. It hurts me. And all of that is a witness, a testimony that something fundamental has changed in me. In fact, that's what Paul is really kind of getting at when he starts this chapter, because as you pointed out, he says, should we just continue in sin that grace may abound? And the implication is, well, sure, we should do that, because I'm forgiven. I can do whatever I want. I can sin all I want. The forgiveness covers all of that, and grace just superabounds with that. The question is, well, how much do you want to do that? And the answer that he says is, well, that's preposterous. That's unthinkable.